Hi, my name is Dr. David Lee, physical therapist, and I'm here to tell you about stretches and exercises that you can do to help with your calf pain. All right, to help you out with your calf pain, we're gonna use some stretching tools. This is our calf stretcher. So we're gonna use this to get a little deeper stretch into the calf. So when you get on this, I want you to make sure that you're holding on to something just for balance. You don't wanna fall or anything like that. You're gonna put your heel into the device first, and then you're gonna hold on. And you wanna make sure when you're rocking back onto the calf stretcher, that's where you're gonna feel the stretch in the calf. But you wanna make sure that your leg is nice and tight. So think about tightening the front of your leg here. And then also think about squeezing your butt so that you don't hyperextend the knee. You don't wanna hyperextend the knee. You wanna keep that knee safe. So keep on squeezing the front of the leg, keep on squeezing the butt. You're gonna hold that for about a minute. And you're gonna do that 3 times. You should feel a nice deep stretch in the calf muscles right back here. And just make sure that you're engaged at all times in the leg. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and use the balance disc for some balance exercise to help with overall stability of the leg, to help out with your calf pain. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna use the chair for balance. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and step onto it. Make sure that you're holding onto a chair because you don't wanna fall. So from here, you're gonna go ahead and try to relax your foot. You don't want to curl your feet this way or extend them that way. So try to keep your foot relaxed, okay, onto the disc. And then hold on to the chair. So you don't want to death grip the chair here because then you're not going to be using the balance of the foot as much. So lightly hold on to the chair. And then if you feel like you're steady, you can just go ahead and take your foot off. And it gets a little bit more challenging that way. So you want to hold that for about a minute. You can do that 3 times each side. Again, if you start to lose your balance, you can go ahead and put your fingers just to regain the balance there. And then as you're doing this, make sure to try to keep your leg tight and your butt tight as well too, okay? So you should feel all the muscles of the leg and the foot working as well. Okay, this is the heel raise. Most people, what they do is when they go up onto their toes, they go onto the outside of their toes. So we're gonna use a lacrosse ball to help us out with that. The muscle that we want to use is the posterior tibialis. So that means you have to get onto your big toes when you go up onto your heels. So if we put this lacrosse ball between our ankles, okay, and then we're gonna do a heel raise from here. What that does is that ensures that we go up onto our big toes. From here, you're gonna go ahead and grab the chair for balance. And then you're gonna go ahead and squeeze the ball together in your ankles and then come all the way up. And you should feel the weight through the big toes as you do it this way. When you're up at the top, you wanna make sure that you're squeezing your knees tight, so don't let your knees bend like that. Keep your knees straight and then also squeeze the butt as well too. Feel a lot of stress on the calf, you'll feel those muscles working. And then come down nice and slow. Make sure that you're pressing the ball as you come down as well too. So you don't want to go onto the outside, keep pressing the ball. You'll feel the weight onto the big toe and then come down nice and slow. So we're gonna do 3 sets of 15 of that. Come all the way up, push the ball, and then come all the way down. All right, this exercise is called terminal knee extension. We're gonna go ahead and use the flat resistance bands for this one. Make sure you go ahead and tie it around something heavier like a heavy chair or a heavy table. For this exercise, we're concentrating on keeping the knee straight by using the quad muscle to push back into the band. So you wanna make sure that when you're doing this, you're pushing your knee back straight into the band, and then you're squeezing your butt at the end. Then you're gonna slowly bend your knee, and then you're going to push back and squeeze your butt. Okay, so you're gonna hold that for a couple seconds, and then we're gonna do about 3 sets of 15 of that. Squeeze your knee tight. You should be feeling it right here in the front of your upper leg, and then your butt as well. Okay, so bend slowly, and then push back, squeeze the knee tight, squeeze the butt tight. This is gonna help to build up the stability in the foot to take the pressure off the calf. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and stand on the balance pad to make our feet work like they're supposed to. A lot of times what happens is that if you're on a little bit of an unstable surface, the foot muscles kick in automatically. So from here, you're going to step on it, both feet. We'll start both feet. And then what you want to make sure that you're doing is you're spreading out your toes, okay? And then you're keeping your big toes down. Also, you want to make sure that your weight's in the middle of your foot so that you're not using your toe tendons here. So you want to make sure that you're right there in the middle of the foot, in the pad. And then from here, if this is easy for you, we can make it more challenging by bringing one leg down and then putting one leg onto the ground for balance. Okay, so now you're going mostly onto one leg. And then if you're able to maintain that position, then you can go ahead and take that back leg off and you can balance that way. You should feel the arch of the foot working. So want to make sure you're holding it for at least a minute, and then you repeat that 3 times on each leg. All right, this is your seated calf stretch. What we're going to do is we're going to use the stretch strap for this one. What you want to do is you want to loop the ball of your foot around into the band. Okay, so you can help pull your foot back. From here, you want to make sure that you're holding on to this guy firmly. And then what also helps out is if your chest is up nice and tall and you're leaning forward from the hip. You don't want to round because then you lose tension. So make sure that you're up nice and tall. Bring the foot back and then pull back with the strap to help you get that foot back a little bit further, okay? If that's too much, you can just back off. You don't need to pull it back all the way just yet. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna hold on there for about a minute. And then you're going to do 3 sets of that. And that should help you stretch out that calf a little bit more. So you're going to go ahead and loop the strap right around the ball of the foot here so you can pull your foot back. Okay, from here, if you bring your leg straight out, the opposite leg, what you're going to do is you're going to get a nice hamstring stretch as well too. So I'd recommend doing that if you can. If you can't, you can just keep that leg bent. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to try to straighten out the knee by squeezing the knee tight. From here, we're going to try to bring our foot all the way back, and then you're going to use the strap to help you bring it back a little bit further. You're going to hold that for about a minute, and then you're relaxed, and you're going to repeat that 3 times. So we're going to go ahead and do some exercises for the lower leg. We're going to hit all different angles here because there's a lot of different muscles of the lower leg. Want to make sure that we're starting to balance out all these different muscles so that it takes away your calf pain. So we're going to go ahead and use the flat resistance band for this. I got the light version here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this around your foot. The first way we're going to go is straight down. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and pull on the band, and then you're going to push the ball of your foot into the band. You should feel that right there in the back of the leg. Okay, so you're going to do that. So you're going to do all 15 reps, and we're going to go ahead and go do all 3 of these movements, and then you're going to do 3 sets of that. So first movement is here, straight up and down. Second movement, you're going to go ahead and bring your other foot and go ahead and pull against the band here, and then you're going to go ahead and go outwards this way. So same thing, you do 15 reps here. And then you're going to go ahead and cross your leg over, and you're going to pull the band to the outside here, and then you're going to go push down and in. Okay, so it's down and in. So you're going to do that 15 times. Okay, so go ahead and do 3 sets of that. And those were some stretches and exercises to help you out with your calf pain. If your pain continues to persist, please consult your medical professional.